Alright guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. So as promised, we are going to go ahead and do this mold. I got all kinds of stuff out here, and I did pre-mix some resin over here off to the side that's degassing. I am going to use my UV resin and place this pitcher in here in the center and then start building around. All right, let's go ahead and get started. My biggest thing, I guess, is that I was trying to figure out how I was going to do this with the pitcher in the center, and then, I have it like, because I want the pitcher down and I want it clear, but then I'm going to do, glitter and stuff behind it. So I thought, I'll put this piece in with UV resin, and then we'll start building the rest, okay? So that was kind of like my thought process. We're going to just go with it. And then while this is curing under my lamp, we're going to start doing this piece. This piece, I'm literally just doing all with the pinks and, like pinks and reds glitters. I'm just gonna mix a bunch of pink and red glitters and dump down into the bottom of here. That's gonna be the base, and then this is all gonna be different sections of stuff. Okay, and I also have like different nail charms and different kind of like additive things that we're gonna put in as well. So let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is get my UV resin down in here, like I said, and get the pitcher placed and get it curing. So we're just gonna put like a really thin layer down in the bottom here, so that way I can put this pitcher in. Because to be honest with you, if any other time, I would probably had just done it in layer, like done it in sections and just let it cure, like done a clear layer with the pitcher, let it cure, and then come back and do another layer with the like glitter and embellishments and whatever else that I was doing, just do it all in layers. But I'm trying to be a little bit more time friendly with it, and I'm trying to get it done like faster. So I thought this would probably be my better option as far as that goes. So I just put a thin layer down. I am gonna like hit it real quick over just to try to get any bubbles if I see any. Use my little pokey tool here. Dog hair. Gotta love it. Make sure that it's in around that like little post thing. Okay. And I'm just gonna kind of go around all the edges here just to make sure. And then we're going to take the pitcher and I'm gonna place it down in. Now I did sew this pitcher with Mod Podge. I tried to use my printer and print the picture out on photo paper, but for whatever reason my printer is not wanting to be my friend today, so it wasn't allowing me to print it on actual photo paper. So I printed it on regular paper, and then I just sewed it in with my Mod Podge. I have like two different kinds. I have one that's like dishwasher safe, and then I just have like the regular Mod Podge. So we got the picture in, and then what I want to do is I want to place a couple little things in around the picture here. Like a couple of these little hearts. Maybe if I can pick them up. Oh my. So just kind of placing some of these little hearts in around here as well, because like I said, I am going to go ahead and just UV resin and cure it, and then I'm going to pour the glitter behind it. So I just want to get like whatever pieces I want in there now, I want to get in there so that way they kind of stick, and then I will put the glitter and all that in behind it. I apologize about my dog barking. My neighbors are pretty close to me, and like pretty close inside, like beside me, and they don't always get along so well, and so my dogs can hear the commotion going on next door and they get worked up. So I apologize if randomly my dog starts barking and it's out of my control. I apologize. I do, think sometimes to myself, why didn't I just take her up and put her in the room while I'm videoing, and then that way, if she's barking upstairs, not down here with everything while I'm making videos. But I guess that's one of those things we all, most of us have pets, most of us have kids, most of us have, things going on in our lives day to day in the background that, we can't always 100% control. So I apologize ahead of time if anybody is not liking the dog noise. I apologize. So I just wanted to put a couple of those little things in there. And then I also have like these, there's like little letters, like little envelopes. I mean, not letters, geez. Little envelopes and hearts. So I thought that'd be cute to kind of, I don't know, maybe not. We'll put some of these somewhere else. I have another idea for this. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do with this real quick. And then what I'm just going to go throw this under my lamp, under my UV lamp, and give it a quick cure to get it set. And while that is setting, we are going to work on getting the base done. So for the base, we're literally just going to mix a bunch of all different colors of glitter into here. And because I thought about doing this part, the base, a couple different ways as well. I thought about putting a bunch of glitter down and then just leaving a little bit of room and then adding some of these and some of these and some of these on top. But I thought maybe not, because it might make it just look too busy. So we're gonna find other ways to incorporate some of the other things in there. So that being said, we are going to add in some red. And guys, I am making this like pretty thick on the glitter side. I want it to be a lot of glitter. Like, I don't want it to, all the glitter to fall and then like it look not so cute. You know what I mean. I don't want all my glitter to sink to the bottom and then my top not look very cute. So I'm packing this resin with a ton of glitter, just mixing a bunch of different colors of pinks and reds, holographic, fine, chunky, all of it. It's all, I'm throwing it all in, guys. I'm throwing it all in. I also have, like, at the Dollar Tree, they sell these, like, 6-packs, and they have, like, all different colors. So, this one, I love this color pack. It's so pretty. It has all a bunch of really pretty colors in it. So, there's, like, all kinds of different options for how you want to do your base, what colors you want to do your base in, and I'm gonna just stick with my red and pink theme of what I'm doing for Valentine's Day here. Woo, wow, this is pretty. But it seems like it's mostly red taking over. So I definitely am going to need to add more pink in here. Yeah, it's very red looking. So let me add a little bit more of my pink. I'm gonna have to get some more pink glitter for sure. So I'm just gonna add some more of that pink in there and give her another mix and see what it's looking like. Now I do have some clear Elmer's school glue that I could put in here to thicken it up to make it so that my glitter won't sink or has less, less sinking than it would anyhow. But I just decided that, nope, I'm just gonna pack her full and see what happens, It's one of those throwing it all in. See, that still looks really red to me. But I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll put it in. And then I'll sprinkle a little bit of the pink on the top. And just kind of give it like a light mix, kind of. If you got what I'm saying. I'll show you here what I'm thinking. Now, will it work? I don't know. But we're gonna try. So I'm gonna give my mold a light spray with some alcohol just real quick. And kind of go around with my, put my gloves on. trying to get in a way better habit of gloves, you guys. I apologize. I do forget sometimes, but I am trying so hard to get better with the gloves. I love these scrapers. I love them. I need to get me some more of these scrapers. So we're just going to go ahead and pour this down into this base. Ooh, my goodness sakes, you guys. This is going to be beautiful, I hope. Now, I did mix up more than what I thought it was going to take as far as resin, because when I tried to measure it with like water, it was saying like 4 ounces, and I was like, I just don't feel like that's right. And I ended up mixing way more than that. I ended up mixing 6 ounces because I want to make sure that I had enough. So if I have a little bit more, you know, I would rather that than not have enough. So, and look, I'm glad I did, because that's literally, I think 6 ounces is actually what this bottom piece will take. So I'm going to kind of move this off to the side here, so that way I can bring my little Cupid back over here. And I'm going to see if I can squeeze any more of this in here. And it looks like I can. Oh my goodness, I am making a stinking mess tonight, you guys. Whew. I do have a little bit left because I don't want to completely overfill this. So I probably have like what, half an ounce. I have like probably an ounce left. So that's not too big of a deal. Let me see if I can find something small to put this in for right now. One of my small molds or something. I wish I had like a little heart mold, but I do not. Surprisingly enough, I do not. I found a bookmark mold, so I'm just gonna throw this leftover resin into the bookmark mold, and we'll make little bookmarks for Valentine's Day. Oh my gosh. You guys quit barking. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, you guys. Again, I apologize. It's constant chaos. Constant chaos. River, please come here. Please stop barking. That's the only downfall with, like, the quiet, is that when I have everything off quiet in here to do the videos, the dogs are literally hearing every noise going on outside at the neighbors and stuff like that. And we live, like, on a road, like, not kidding you, right on a road. So, like, you have the traffic from people driving back and forth, which they're used to that. They don't really fuss over that. It's, like, the neighbors, like I was saying earlier. But it is what it is, you guys. Alright, so I'm gonna just go ahead and put this aside, and then I'm gonna clean off my scraper real quick here so that way we can use it again on the other part. And you guys, I did just buy a huge pack of cups on Amazon. There is 100 pack of cups. These ones are my Let's Resin ones I just got in the Let's Resin kit. But I just bought this huge pack. Let me show you real quick. I bought this huge pack of cups, you guys. And they are 12-ounce cups. And I bought, they're 100 cups, you guys, for like $12 on Amazon. Amazing deal. So, yes, I have plenty of cups to mix. I am so happy about that, because I was literally down to like my last couple cups and they were getting so crappy. And my bigger silicone cups that I've had for years are like literally were falling apart so bad. I had to throw them in the trash can and it was awful, but I did order some more and I got them in yesterday and I'm so happy about it. So now we got that cleaned off. I'm just gonna give this a quick wipe because there is red glitter everywhere. And this actually doesn't seem like it's doing too bad with holding up the shape, you guys. I was so worried that putting that much resin in this mold that it would start to like cave and like start to misshapen, but it doesn't seem like it's going to. It seems like it's okay. So that's really good. And then like with these cups that I mix in, I just let them dry. And then like that one, since I used it for glitter, I'll only mix glitter in that cup. And then like my other ones, I have regular in that, you know what I mean? I kind of like have them separated off on colors, I guess. Just give this a quick torch real quick to catch any of those bubbles. And we'll keep an eye on it as it goes as well, because they will all start to come up. So, alright, now let's grab our little Cupid that we put the UV in. And as you can see, we use the UV resin, put that down first, and then we will put the pink glitter in behind it. So now I need to mix my next batch here of resin. So grab my stir stick. Just give this a quick little mix. And now that I have my base done, I'm still debating on whether or not I should go ahead and put a little bit more pink glitter on the top. I think I should, but maybe I'll just wait a couple minutes here and think on it while I'm mixing this resin up, and then we'll kind of go from there. But with this, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually section this off, because I'm gonna do this part with pink glitter and behind it, and then this is all gonna be different. So I'm mixing up 7 ounces, and then I will split it off, because this will probably be 2, and then this will probably be 5. So I'll mix up 2 ounces for that pink glitter that I'm gonna put in behind that picture, and then the rest will be for the rest of the cupids and the heart. And I want to kind of try to do them a little bit different too, but I don't know how it's gonna work out, guys. But I did get a bunch of little like mixing cups and stuff, so that way if I want to do like, you know, this one with pink and this one with red, then I can, and then I can do like these separate, you know what I mean? I can kind of do it separately, and I can mix it off into those little cups to do it. I don't know how well it's gonna turn out, you guys, but we're gonna go for it. And then I also thought about dropping clear resin down into a thin layer, and then dropping some different color alcohol inks, you know, like pinks and reds and whites down, and doing it that way. But, which, you know what, I kind of do want to do that. Do like a pink and red and white down in behind, and then we could always back it with different color glitters, you know what I mean? Like we could do one layer like that, and then do the back layer with the glitter. So let's get this mixed up, and then we'll grab some alcohol inks. The only thing is, I don't think I have a pink alcohol ink. I have a pink dye, but I don't think I have a pink alcohol ink. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. So, let's see if we can find some alcohol inks that are pink and white. I do need to get myself some more of the Sinker white. I have like 2 little bottles, and that's it. So sure I had a paint that was not alcohol ink. It was just like a regular, but I could do like a pink and purple and white, even though that's not gonna really match. Oh my goodness, you guys. But, you know, if I were to try to plan anything plan it, it wouldn't work. It never does. I have like this thing where if I try to plan it ahead of time, it fails every stinking time. That's why I just don't even try it anymore. I just go with the flow. I have like this rose gold that's an alcohol ink, but this metallic rose gold that we could put down in there. And then I have red peach red in that sugar light color that we could put down in there. And I have purple too, which purple would be okay in it because there's purple in like the little heart thingies, but there's no purple in the base. Oh, yeah. That's okay. You know what? If it doesn't end up looking right together, I can always re-pour my base and make my base different, and then make more matching, fitting top piece to the bottom, and as a second one. So that's okay. If I have to re-pour the bottom to make it match this better, if it doesn't end up turning out well, that's fine. We can do that. So, oh, there's a hair right there. Nope, it fell back in. Gotcha this time. Alright, you guys. So, what I'm gonna do is well, first what I want to do is I want to do the pink in behind here, so we can go ahead and do that first. Put a little bit of resin in here. Like I said, I think it's gonna be about 2 ounces, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then, where's my pink? There it is. Then I got this pink glitter that I'm gonna mix into the resin to put in behind here. Oh, it's dripping. Alright, I'll get this mixed up here. And with this, I don't really care if all the glitter falls to the front, because that is the front. You know, what you're going to be seeing through that picture is going to be the front. So if it all falls to that, I'm totally okay with that. So I'm not worried about putting glue in it or anything. Yeah, that's super pretty. I'm definitely gonna have to order more of this glitter because it is gorgeous, and it only was like a 10 gram bag or whatever, so there's not very much in it. But I'm definitely gonna have to order more of it because it is very pretty, you guys. It's like a very, very pretty pale pink. It's not like a dark pink. So we're going to go ahead and put this in to our little heart. Yeah. A little bit left of that too. Which is fine because we could actually probably just put this down here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. We'll put this later pink down in here in the bottom, like base part of it. And I mean, obviously this isn't going to fill it up or nothing, but it can kind of like start our like contrasting between the glitters and then the colors, so. Whoop, whoop. Isn't that fun? Alright. Now, whoops, I'm just knocking everything over, y'all. Just hit that real quick. Okay, now for the fun part, you guys. Let's put some of this down in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the clear all the way around, and then we'll start dropping in some alcohol inks, and then we'll start building it up. We'll see how that is going to look. Oh, you guys, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna show too many bubbles. Yeah, I don't think I like that idea because it's gonna show a lot of bubbles. So, shnikes. Let's see. I have some of this wine red mica powder. Let's put some of that in there. And then, yeah, I'm definitely definitely changing my mind on this, because I worry that, because I have a bubble removing machine, but I'm gonna be real honest with you. I bought it off Amazon like a year ago. I paid $60-70 for the stupid thing, and it does not work. I've left my resin sit in there for like 10 minutes to the point where it's starting to get warm and thick, and it still didn't take the bubbles out, like, you know, at all. It was just such a waste of money. I wish I would have had just went and bought a vacuum chamber, because I could have used that money and put a couple extra bucks to it and just bought a vacuum chamber. It was so dumb. But at the time where I was living, I not only didn't have the room, but I didn't have any way of running it either, because it was an old house, and if you tried to run too many things at once, everything in the house started shutting off, and then I had to go down and reset all the breakers, and oh my gosh, yeah, so it just was a nightmare, to say the least. So I, thought I would get one of them, smaller ones, and even though I bought a smaller one and all that, I should have went for like one of the better brand names, because to be honest with you, it would have ended up coming out to be the same, maybe a couple bucks more, and I might have actually had a decent bubble removing machine, but I didn't, because I don't know what I was thinking. But anyhow, I think it's literally brand new. I used it a couple times. And I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to put it up on eBay for sale for like, 30, 40 bucks. 40 bucks you pay shipping, and somebody else can use it, because it's not that it doesn't work. It's like, it don't work for what I need it to. And I, need to mix a lot more than 2 or 3 ounces at a time. It'd be okay for somebody who, don't do bigger resin projects, or, stuff like that. It would be okay for, but because I mix large amounts of resin multiple times a day, I need a vacuum chamber. This isn't gonna work this way. How am I gonna do this? This is gonna be tricky, you guys, because I don't know how I'm gonna pour that down in there without making a stinking mess. I apologize, this video is probably going to be a lot longer than necessary, because I'm having to do it this way, but I don't know how to pour. Oop, crap. It down. Oop, oop, oh. And when you got shaky hands like I do, it makes everything 10 times harder. Slow and easy. wins the race. I'll clean it up here after I get the resin poured in. Where'd my... Get my little pointy thing down in here. That way I can make sure the resin's getting in around that like post and stuff. Alright, you guys. Starting to fill up. Just kind of letting it slowly move where it needs to. Oop. Oh man. I just put the bottom of the cup in the bottom part of the mold over here. Jeez. And once it's all cured and we demold it, I'm gonna add like more stuff to it. Some diamonds and some pearls, and you know, we'll jazz it up a little bit. Jeez, I keep putting my bottom of my cup in that base over there. And I am gonna put this on my heat mat eventually, but I'm gonna let it sit for probably a good like hour before I put it on my heat mat, so that way I can give it a chance to have all the bubbles come up to the surface before I put it on my heat mat, so that way it will decrease the amount of bubbles. Because if you just take your project straight from pouring it and throw it on a heat mat, a lot of times those bubbles then don't have a chance to really come up to the surface, and your resin doesn't have a chance to degas enough. so you get a lot more bubbles in your end product than if you just let it sit, you know, an hour, you know, and it will help things. It gives your resin a chance to degas a little bit better and for the bubbles to come up to the surface before you trap it all in there. So, and that's another like little trick that I've learned because of not having a vacuum chamber yet. Is, you know, I've had to learn how to figure out little tips and tricks and things to be able to get less bubbles, and then, you know, also learning how to fix bubbles and such whenever you get them in your finished product. So, but my goal is that soon as nice weather comes here, we have a sun porch area, and my daughter is wanting to turn that into her nail art studio, like her nail salon studio, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm gonna do is then I will have more room, and I have to get more organizing stuff as well, because then that'll help get things off my floor out of boxes and containers and totes, and I'll be able to then get my vacuum chamber, which I'm hoping to get my vacuum chamber in April. Another fun thing is my daughter and her fiance are planning on getting married next year in October. So not this coming October 2025, but October 26th. And she wants me to make all of her centerpieces for the tables and the like, you know, decorations and things like that for her wedding. So that is going to be something else that we're going to be making and doing over the next year here. And I will, you know, post videos of things that I'm making for her wedding as well, which I'm excited to be doing. I'm excited to be doing it, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not 100% excited about the fact that she's wanting to get married, because, you know, she's only gonna be 20 in April, and I was kind of hoping that, you know, she'd wait at least, I don't know, another year or so of them being together before they started planning the marriage part of it. But it's neither here nor there. Obviously, it's my daughter's decision, and I will support her and be there for her and do whatever I need to do. And so yeah, she asked me to make all of her centerpieces for her tables, and she wants me to make like some like little things like this, you know what I mean, to put out with their pictures on it and stuff like that. So Yep, we'll be making all kinds of cool stuff like that. Any of you out there that enjoy like gothy type stuff, like the red, black, purple theme kind of stuff, that's what she's gonna be doing her wedding in, is like an elegant goth, okay? So it's not gonna be like super goth, you know, but kind of, you know, like an elegant, pretty goth. So that's what she wants, and she knows that I love doing that stuff. So if any of you guys remember me doing the like the goth rose velvet trays, yes, I love doing stuff like that. So that's the plan for that so far. And I'm excited. I'll bring you guys along on the adventure. Of course I will. Alright, you guys, so we're gonna go ahead and let this stuff cure up, and once it is cured, we will come back, we will demold it, and then after we demold it, we'll start adding, you know, the embellishments and all the other fun stuff. And now looking at the base, it seems like a lot of the pink glitter has come up to the surface. So it has kind of evened itself out in a weird way. A lot of the pink has floated to the top, which is cool. That's great. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave that alone. And then we will have our little Cupid heart here, and we'll go ahead and embellish it up with some other little cute things. Like I was saying, I want to add like some other little cool things to it as well. Alright guys, so I will see you in the next one, and we will be back to demold this when it is completely cured. And go ahead and bring you down for a little bit closer of a look at what we got so far. Alright, you guys, I'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye. Alright guys, so we're back, and the project is cured up here. It didn't exactly go as planned, so we are gonna have to do some little bit of fixing up. And so this base turned out okay. What I did was I let it sit for quite a while before I moved it over to my heat mat to cure. And unfortunately, I should have waited a little bit longer, because where my heat mat's at, the leveling table it's sitting on isn't level. And it all kind of ran to one side a little bit more, and there's a little bit of gap over here. But I thought I could take a real thin layer of clear and just go over it to kind of level it out and even it up a little bit. So then that way it's a little bit more even. At first I wasn't even going to worry about it. I was just going to put little cork footers on it and call it a day. But I think I could probably get away with putting a real thin layer on, and it would be okay. So I do have some clear mixed up over here off to the side degassing. That's not the only thing I'm going to be doing with that though. On here, I should have put a little bit of like a pink pigment in with this glitter, because I wasn't really thinking about it at the time, but it's actually transparent. So you hold this up and you can actually see through here. And I also noticed that I got a little bubble here. But once it's demolded, I will just top coat it with some UV resin real quick, and that'll be fine. But I don't like the fact that it's see-through. So I was thinking about taking a little bit of the pink holographic glitter powder and putting behind it, and then doing a real thin layer of white behind here. And then this along the rim here too isn't filled all the way. So I was thinking about taking clear and just filling in the rest of this part. So my other problem is when I thought it was completely cured, I flipped it over, cured it again on this side, because it wasn't completely cured from the UV resin. And when I did that, it ended up, my project ended up sticking to my mat. As you can see, it messed it up right here. So I am going to have some fixing to do on that little piece as well. You're not going to really see it because it's going to be sitting down inside there, but it's going to have to be trimmed and cleaned up, you know, for it to slide down in the top of that. So that's kind of what I'm working on now, is just getting things kind of fixed up that were a little messed up, and then we are going to add another layer of resin to this. This ended up being a little bit longer of a project than I anticipated, obviously, because of having some minor things to fix and clean up, but I would rather take the little bit of extra time and clean it up and fix it and make it look nicer than you know, to take a shortcut route and be like, well, it's good enough. And I'm just not that type. I want to make sure that it's nice. So yes, I understand that my daughter's gonna love it either way. I know her. She doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she thinks that everything I make her, she loves. But I want to try to make it as nice as I can. It's something that, you know, memory that her and her fiance can have, you know, forever. So, alright. We got some pink holographic glitter put on there. And I'm just going to clean out my brush real quick with my switch and sponge. Not going to really be needing it for anything else right now on this project, but I like to clean up as I go. Makes things easier. And now I'm going to take some white and fill in just a very, very thin layer on the back of this heart. That should help it not be so transparent. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this clear in here so that way we can mix a little bit of white into it. And because I am trying to make sure that it's not see-through anymore, I do want it to be very opaque. I do not want it to be see-through and have any kind of transparency to it at all. It needs to be completely opaque, so that way you can't see through the white. So I did add quite a bit of pigment into it, and just giving that a really good mix. This is probably going to be more than what we're going to need, but we can always throw it in something else if we need to. So I'm just going to go ahead and start putting my thin layer of white on the back here. And like I said, it's going to be a very thin layer. That's why I wanted to make sure that you couldn't see through the white at all. Just kind of spreading it around. Try to get a nice even thin layer here. Yeah, I was very upset when I seen that it got messed up on the bottom piece there, and then some of this didn't end up leveling out right, but I just kind of walked away for a little bit, took a breath, and thought, all right, now how can I fix it? Because I could, yes, absolutely start it all over and completely redo it, but I like to challenge myself a little bit and see if I can figure out ways to fix things, or make things make my mistakes better. And then of course, they're learning lessons. You learn how to not do it or do it better the next time you make it. So that looks like it's gonna be enough. And I did wait quite a while to make sure my resin was a little on the warmer, thick side, so that way I kind of could work with it a little bit easier too. Just pop some of them bubbles out. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of alcohol and clean this overage and stuff up on the side a little bit here. Without making a bigger mess. Maybe. Okay. And if I have to do a little bit of, trimming or clean up around the edges of it whenever it comes out, that's fine. It won't be no big deal. I did get some sandpaper for that purpose, to clean up my edges on my pieces. So I will have myself prepared. And then we do have a little bit of white left in here, which, I'll probably just throw in something real quick. But I do want to try to put a really thin layer of clear around here where it's kind of dipped in a little bit to level those places off a little bit more. This is probably going to be a little tricky because it is a very, very thin layer that needs filled in. And I do not want to make my project cleanup worse than when I start. So I'm just going to add a little bit at a time and kind of spread it around a little bit, and then we'll just work on a little section at a time. This may be a little bit of a longer video, maybe a little bit more of a boring, tedious thing, and I thought about just completely cutting this part out and just doing it and then letting you guys know how I did it or how I fixed it. But I know a lot of people, including myself, they like to see how people fix things or come up with ideas on, you know, making some, you know, correcting an error in something that you've done, because then you have an idea on how you can correct your projects if something comes up. And also, it helps me too, because then I have friends out there that are also resin artists, and you guys have helped me a lot learn from watching my videos and seeing where things I'm doing wrong, and seeing different ways that I can correct things that I am doing to make my stuff nicer and not have a lot of the extra fixing and cleaning up and etc. So, and I do very much appreciate the help, because I am learning. And I enjoy having the advice and other ideas on different things I can do with different things. It helps you like broaden your ideas, you know, your projects, because if you know how to do something a little bit better or a little bit different, and you're not as intimidated by what you're doing, it makes things a lot nicer. And I'm not gonna lie, I've learned a lot just from people commenting on my videos and showing me like, hey, you know, do this or do that, or try this or try that, because that's genuinely how I've learned how to do a lot of what I am able to do. So I'm very thankful to everybody. So I'm just using my like little pointer stick thing and just kind of trying to place a little bit of resin around here and there where it's a little bit thinner. Because like I said, that space is so shallow that you cannot just, you know, dump it in there, because it will overflow in a matter of seconds. And if y'all guys don't want to sit through me doing this, I understand. You just fast forward it. But I wanted to make sure that I put it in there so that way I actually showed, you know, the whole entire process of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, what got messed up, how I'm fixing it. And then I'll clean up along the edges there with a little bit of alcohol once I get everything covered and stuff. I don't want to go down into that bottom piece at all with the resin down in here because of the fact that it is going to be setting down inside of that. So I don't want to create any thicker of an area there, because all that would do is literally make me have so much more trimming to do. So I will just trim it up the best I can and fix it up the best I can once it's demolded, and then, like I said, it'll be sitting down inside the other piece anyhow, so you really won't even see that part. Oh my. So we're currently getting one heck of a wild ice storm in PA in our area, and it is very, very bad. There's quite literal hail coming from the sky, and my daughter was at work and I had to go down and pick her up, and boy, it was interesting because even though we are very blessed and lucky that she's 2 seconds down the road, but it was sleeting so hard in such big chunks that it literally hurt. Like, it hurt to get hit with the pieces of ice. And we have to walk quite a bit of a length for us to be able to get to our cars parked, because our driveway that goes up in behind the house, we cannot get up it in the wintertime. It's too icy and it's all uphill. So it's very, very difficult in the wintertime to get in and out of the driveway behind the house. So we have to park down the road and then walk up the side of the road to the front of our house, because there's just nowhere else for us to park. Which hopefully maybe we can get something with that figured out before next winter comes, because boy, is that a pain. Especially if you're trying to carry in, groceries or whatever else, you're carrying all that stuff up the road in in a sheet of ice. It's just not fun. And there's our road is it's like a little country back road, so barely one car fits, or barely two cars fit, passing each other on the road, let alone trying to get off the road enough so you don't get hit by a car coming. Yeah, it's just not very fun. But we're hoping maybe we can try to get something figured out with that before next winter, or possibly even getting a better vehicle, a 4-wheel drive. My daughter and I have been talking back and forth about it, because we need a better vehicle for one, and for two, we need something that's 4-wheel drive. I mean, we live in backwoods PA and the roads are just total bad in the wintertime. And they're muddy and gross and otherwise in the spring. So, I mean, we have really no break of any sort from the bad roads. So, yeah, we're just gonna kind of see what we can do. She's been working on her credit, getting it built up, and mine's good. So for her only being 19, she's going to be 20 in April here coming up, but for her only being 19 years old, she's already got a like 750 credit score, and that's absolutely incredible because not too many girls, boys, whatever, at her age have that good of a credit score. So I'm very, very proud of her for being smart with her credit and her money and watching, you know, what she's doing. Some kids get that, oh, I have credit, and they want to go get a credit card, and then they spend every dime on it and can't pay it, and then they end up ruining their credit in the long run. So I'm very proud of her that she is a smart girl when it comes to money, and she thinks about more long-term stuff rather than short-term, like, oh, I can get a credit card and go buy a bunch of clothes. And as much as she absolutely needs to do that, the poor girl needs to go get herself some more clothes and shoes. But she's so much like me that way. She wearing sneakers with holes in them, going to work on her feet all day. But she's just like that because, you know, she don't want to have to spend money she don't want to spend. Now she's thinking, well, summer's coming, so, you know, summer shoes, but she's still going to need sneakers for work, so. And she definitely needs some more clothes. And we recycle, like, we always donate our clothes to churches and shelters and stuff like that, so we can pass along. And garbage bags of clothes, some of which still have tags on them. We have brand new shoes and stuff that she didn't even get to wear because her feet were growing so fast that she didn't even never get to wear the shoes. So we always make sure we pass along. We try to bless and help as many people as we can along our way. But, yep. So, that looks pretty good to me. It's got, you know, the thin layer, but it's not super thick, and it's not bulking up in anywhere that I'm seeing or noticing. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and let this part now set up and cure. And then we'll come back once this is completely cured and set up, and we will demold it and start getting the decorations and embellishments and all the other fun stuff done to it and see how it all works out. So I will see you guys in, well, it'll be a second for you, but a couple hours for me. And we will see how it turns out. Alright guys, I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. Alright guys, so we're back and this is cured up. Put the final coat on and we're going to go ahead and demold it and see what the other side looks like. Now I do know, like I was saying earlier, that it is going to need fixed up in some spots and trimmed in some spots, and that's fine. And I don't think I'll drag you guys through all of that because it will take me quite a bit of time to get through all of it. So what I'll probably do is show you what I'm gonna do, and then I'll do all the fixing up off camera, and then I will pop in a final picture of what it looks like after I did all the fixing and decorating. Either I'll put it in a short or I'll throw it in a quick video. And then one of my next videos I do, because I have a bunch of other stuff coming up here that I want to make. Some new molds coming in. So this is the top part here, and we're gonna take this piece out. And yeah, like I was telling you guys, I did know there was gonna be a little bubble there, but that's easy to fix real quick. Top coat, and that'll be done. But other than that, I think it turned out pretty cute, and I'm glad that I put that pink hollow and then the white behind it, so it's not see-through anymore, it's not transparent, so it will be a lot nicer. That did turn out pretty cute. This is a nice mold. I think I can't really remember offhand, but I know it wasn't expensive. I think it was only like $3 or $4 for the whole kit, and it came with the base, this, and it came with those chain pieces that you need to hang the heart from it. This is gonna be a nightmare to try to get out though, because of all the little pockets where all these little pockets. Yoink. Just kind of, nope, that ain't gonna work. It's not hard enough. Just trying to get it to loosen up around the edges so that way we can get it out. Yoink. There we go. Got that side. Oh yeah, we got it. Alright. So it just takes a little bit of pushing and prying and comes right out. Oh, that's really pretty. Yeah, that turned out really nice. Like I said, I got a lot of trimming to do. But then this piece will hang in here. We'll put it on real quick. Give it a look at. I can take it back off whenever I top coat it. Let me see here, guys. My lordy. My hands are not having it today. Me and my daughter, after she got off work, we went to the DG, grabbed a few things and stuff, and I grabbed one of the clear glass, like, tumblers, so that way I could put her new stickers on that I got her, and ended up knocking it over and breaking it as soon as I got it home. So that went out the window. It's too long. The chain's too long. So I'm gonna have to take a couple links out of it. Cut a couple links out of it so that way it sits up a little bit higher. So if you guys buy this kit, you know, keep that in mind. You're gonna have to cut And it's not hard at all. You just take a pair of wire snippers, or heck, even a pair of sharp scissors, and you just cut your piece, to the length in between those little beads there, and it'll work. So yeah, I'll have to fix that so that way it sits up higher, because it's too long. It wants to sit down in there, and that's not how it's supposed to be. So, and then the front of it looks amazing, so I don't think I'm really gonna have to do any kind of top coating on this part. It looks really good. And then this is the base piece here that we did in literally all just pure glitter. Yeah, that looks really cute too. So then this piece will slide down into here like that. And then this will hang up in here. Very cute, you guys. I love it. I am, like I said, going to do, a couple little cute little things to it. Maybe add a little bit of something else to it. But yeah, that's about it. And fix the little bubble here by top coating it real quick after I get it cleaned up. But that's very cute, very, very cute mold. And like I said, it was only a couple bucks for the whole set, so definitely worth it. 100% worth it. Alright guys, well, that's it, and I appreciate you guys coming along and joining me making this Valentine gift for my daughter. So in the next video that we're going to be doing, I am going to be working on making another tray, one of the little oval trays that I just got in my last order, and I'm going to be making it for my daughter's fiance, because he's been wanting a tray for me to make him with the picture of him and my daughter in it that's more guy-ish, because the one that I made for my daughter, if you guys don't remember, you could go back in my videos from months ago. I made my daughter a tray mold with picture of them two in it, and it's really girly. It's got pink everything in it. So he wants one made that's a little bit more manly. So we're going to be working on that too, because that's going to be a Valentine gift for him. And then I also have a bunch of other molds coming. So we got all kinds of fun stuff we're going to be doing. Making planters for some plants and stuff for outside. And yeah, we got all kinds of stuff coming up. So I will see you guys in the next video, and I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys check down in my description of the video, I do have some discount codes in there for Into Resin, 20% off purchase, and I also have mold links and stuff like that for you to be able to go click on to buy. And I also make sure that I put my eBay store information in there, and if you guys would like to send me anything, my mailing address. But I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys later. Love you. Bye bye.